Avengers, Age of Ultron. All right, I just watched the second Avengers movie. I'm currently in the midst of watching through every single superhero movie ever made in order. So if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe because there's going to be a whole lot of videos coming out. Anyway, as you guys know, if you've seen my other videos, I thought the first Avengers wasn't absolutely amazing. I gave it a 7 out of 10, and I don't know, I just didn't really connect with it very much. I think maybe it was just pretty early on in the MCU, so I had not yet been fully sucked into the craze of this universe yet. I hadn't developed enough of a bond with any of the characters to really care that they all came together. Like, it was cool, I guess, but this movie was a lot better in my opinion. I think the addition of Wanda really helped the pacing, and all of the flashback type scenes where the different people face their biggest fears or whatever, for me, that was exactly what I needed to kind of keep my interest throughout the movie, because I felt like you get the main story structure, but then it was nice because these little flashback things are sprinkled in throughout, and it was just a nice break from the plot to get more of like a characterization moment. At least for me, that's how it felt. I don't know about you guys. Tony makes me want to bash my head through a wall in this movie. He frustrates me so much. And I've seen a lot of comments from people just talking about Tony versus Cap, or what are your thoughts on Tony? Do you side with Tony? For a good part of this movie, I really fucking hated Tony, and I felt like he was just ruining everything, but I'm keeping an open mind. I haven't written him off. I like Tony. I think Tony Stark is a cool guy. I think he's a flawed guy, and I hope that by the end of the MCU, he is fully redeemed and is awesome and wholesome, and yeah. I do have to say, one of my critiques about this film and the other Avengers movie as well, I feel like they don't do a good job of clearly explaining the passage of time. For example, when they're staying at Hawkeye's place, I had absolutely no clue how long they were there. It could have been 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. I don't know. And obviously, this is one of those scenarios where maybe if I rewatched the movies or was like a diehard fan, those are the type of little details I might pick up on, or maybe I missed, or maybe they just didn't address it at all. But from a new viewer perspective, it was pretty confusing, because at one moment I thought that this was going to be just like a quick little thing that we're just hanging out there for a little bit, but then at other times I got vibes that it had been like over a month and that they were like camped out there for a while. Now that I think about it, I don't know if that's necessarily needed. Like, they didn't need to explicitly tell me how long they'd been there, I guess, but I don't know. As I was watching, that was just like a thought that popped in my head, and then it bothered me, and then I thought about it for longer as I was continuing to watch the movie. So I don't know, probably not a big deal. And also, I wrote down, why does nobody ever talk about Quicksilver or Hawkeye? Like, from an outsider's perspective, I hear people talk about the Avengers all the fucking time. Like, I've known who Tony Stark and Iron Man was. I've known who Bruce Banner and the Hulk was. I've known about Black Widow and Captain America, but I've never heard shit about Hawkeye or Quicksilver, and it's just kind of a shame because there's some cool guys. I'm just really surprised that there's not more marketing around those guys. I mean, I guess because, like, they're just not as colorful and, like, out there, and, you know, I mean, Iron Man has this fucking huge robotic future tech suit. The Hulk is this jacked monster on super steroids, so obviously it's easier to market that, and kids probably care about that shit more. But I don't know, I mean, Hawkeye, nice family man, and Quicksilver, well, I don't know that much about Quicksilver, but seems like a cool guy. Speaking of Hawkeye, when they were in his barn, there's this scene where Tony is like next to this, I think it's a tractor thing in his barn. And this is just like a random little detail that I noticed. Sometimes these big budget Hollywood movies, they go so over the top to make things the most cinematic they can, which I don't really blame them. I mean, that's what filmmakers do. They want it to be a beautiful film. And some people have different styles. Some want the lighting and the scenes to feel like realistic, like real life. And then other filmmakers don't want it to be like real life. They want it to be an experience, to be this surreal, perfect looking scene, which neither of those are right or wrong, but it was just so funny to me because the lighting in that barn is the most unrealistic natural lighting ever. Like, any sort of barn in the daylight would not look like that, and you can just, at least to me, I can just tell that they have massive lights on the outside of the barn like shining in, and I guarantee they have a complex lighting setup in there to get that shot. And just for my personal taste, that kind of takes me out of it, because as I'm seeing the scene, I realize like, oh, I'm watching a movie right now. They're on a set or on location. And I wish this didn't always happen to me, where I take myself out of the movie when I catch something about the production that I can like notice. So as I was watching, I was like, oh, fake lighting. There's probably lights outside the barn right now. And then there's probably the camera people over here and the reflectors and shit over here. And then I realized, oh shit, I'm not even paying attention to half the scene because I'm just thinking about how they set up the shot. But what are you gonna do? Now, I had a question that I wrote down while watching that I think was addressed and kind of clarified, but I could be wrong. Maybe one of you guys can clarify for me in the comments down below. But if Ultron doesn't need a physical body at all, then why did he want to make one? Because the one that they made eventually became Vision, right? But I don't understand why Ultron needed to do that in the first place. Like, was that necessary? Because I thought that there was a line about how like that Ultron didn't need a body or something. Honestly, I was a little, maybe I just wasn't paying attention either. I don't know. But there you go. I enjoyed it a lot more than the first one. I gave it an 8.5. I mean, I feel like I have kind of a hard time talking about the Avengers because everyone watching these videos are way more knowledgeable and passionate about it than me. And like, I can't really offer any insight other than just my personal thoughts and kind of almost just doing like a reaction video rather than a review. Because it's hard to review something when I don't know what it's based on really. And I also don't fully understand all the characters yet or like their backstory. But I'm doing my best here and I'm enjoying the experience. So I hope that you guys have been enjoying these videos, even though I'm kind of a dummy sometimes. But if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to drop a like and leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought of Avengers Age of Ultron. I just really love making these videos and I hope to continue to do it for a very long time. So thank you so much for the support. If you do enjoy me and you want more content, be sure to check out my podcast called Peak to Middle School. I think it's pretty fucking fun and it's an awesome show and you guys should go check it out. Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday and Sunday need a name change because why the fuck do we only have 7 days? 2 of them sound the same and another 2 of them sound the same. Why can't they all start with a different letter and have a different sound? Let's have Monday, Octo Day.
No.
Or
see, but we were
Log Day. Leg Day.
Thursday.
Leg day. Monday, leg day.
Thursday should be like a Burrs Day with a B.
Monday, leg day. Wednesday, Burrs Day. Friday, Saturday.
Bunday. Oh, Hyundai.
Hyundai.
Yeah, Hyundai
Buy a
Elantra.
Sonata. Go out and buy yourself a Sonata today.
And with that being said, I'm going to go watch Ant-Man. Peace.